You made it, you beautiful souls. Welcome back to another For Honor video. We have a lot to talk about for the new Aztec character, Ocelot. He is pretty shagadelic, if I say so myself. Very simple and not too complicated. Reminds me a lot of Magi, just that he doesn't have hyper armor on every single attack, so that's pretty good. Next week is when early access. That's when he's gonna be available to buy for, I think, $7 or $8, I believe. And then we should be able to have a lot of fun with that, and we'll see how strong he is. But right now, let's go over his moves, his gameplay, and showcase his feats as well. And that's what I want to talk about. It's a little bit overpowered right now, in my opinion. You guys have to let me know down below. It's going to be a reaction, and we'll talk about the rest of his kit, my thoughts about him as a character at the end of the video. One small thing I want to let you guys know is that Jorm and Nuxia will be getting nerfs. Nuxia's caltraps will get an increase on cooldown for the caltraps, and they won't be up as long. Jorm won't be able to chain after his missed bash anymore. So that's some good changes for both these characters. Oh yeah, chain bash, let's go. Ooh, I like the pommel strike though. Yeah, the pommel strike looks nice. Where's Warden's pommel strike? That's my question. Good for you. That's the zone. Those are for him as chain lights, by the way. Just like Magi. Is that feightable? I swear to God. He doesn't have a bleed. Please tell me he has a bleed attack. Oh, what the hell is that? Engravings provide no tactical edge whatsoever.
Obsidian provides no combat advantage whatsoever.
Did you know that obsidian rock was very sharp, but it would just break really easily?
I just said that.
I'm gonna put that in the video and then cut your part out.
No!
Shh, quiet!
Oh, that was...
I'm not looking forward to this.
Moves! Orange moves! He has 3 bashes! 1 bash, 2 bash! 3 bashes!
Oh my god, dude. Your armor gunner technically has 3 bashes too. Oh! 2 stances!
Oh shit!
That's offensive stance. This is offensive stance. Interesting. Yeah. Backwards walking is gonna be OP, even more so now. Oh shit, pin. That's a pin right there. Where is it?
16 and then...
Oh, 16 and... Oh, 16 and... Okay, gotcha. Oh my god. Please show me how... Oh my god. Oh yeah, great, running attack. Dude, this is Magi. I'm kidding. I'm telling you, this is literally Magi. At least he's not full of hyper armor. I'm happy about that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh god, good job, guys. 2 blunder characters already.
Hey, that's a pretty good one. That's fair. I don't have any complaints about that execution.
Yeah, it's pretty shagadelic. Come on.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
That's
brutal. Turn on the blood.
It's on YouTube as well, and YouTube does not allow that. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
That's pretty boring. That's boring. I'm
yeah,
not
but
impressed.
it's a simple, quick one.
This guy needs to grab his heart. Grab the heart, please. Take the heart out. Kalima, this guy.
I'll bet you $5. I'll bet you $5. This one's going to be a hot execution. You ready?
Okay, let's do it. I bet they won't do it. I bet they don't have the balls. Ooh, I like that one. That's cool.
That's my personal favorite.
See, nothing. That's so sad.
It was such an obvious one to do with that.
It's so obvious, dude. Obvious. He just does the lunge. He only does the lunge on his freaking stance? Like, what the fudge? Dude, please tell me he has bleed at least. Yeah, but like his weapon attacks, his attacks should do bleed. Like his pins, his bashes. Oh my god. That's a tier 1. I'm so tired of these. This is ridiculous. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Okay, let's see what Twitch chat is saying. This is a tier 4 for other characters. Don't worry. They will nerf this in 3 months after everyone's bought early access and the character. Okay, it's gonna be okay. Oh wow, look at that small AoE that you can't respawn enemies. look at that, guys. Oh, look at that. And you just pounce on an enemy right afterwards. Just gank more. Another ganking character. Unlucky.
And
Like,
then
as a
again,
tier
and then
4, this
again.
would be a good tier 4, but not as a tier 1. See, you can't see where they are. Oh, look, he's backcapping. Well, would you look at that? So if you kill an ocelot like that, then you get revealed on the map, and you get a debuff defense for, I think, 15 seconds, they said. So that's pretty interesting. I like that. Okay, so the attack buff and a speed for the tier 3, that sounds like a pretty good feat. Look at this guy's back already. Back for round 2. How many times do you have to teach you this, old man? I'm gonna pay $8 so I don't have to walk from spawn to my base to heal.
Another pay to win response. Pay to respawn. Get over
Oh, get over here! Yeah, this tier 4 is cool. I don't mind it. It's probably 600 MS. The spear should be a tier 3. The spear should be a tier 3. The respawn should be a tier 4. And then flip those tier 2 and 3s to tier 1 and 2. That's what they should do. Alright, so my thoughts on Ocelots so far. 400 MS chain lights, really good for pressure. I think this is a good change because Medjai, I can't even react to his 400 MS chain lights with his chain bash involved as well. It can be pretty tricky when you underestimate him. His infinite chain, simply a little bit like Medjai as well. I don't think it has enhanced chain lights, so if you block that, his chain will end. His finisher heavies are 700 MS, so that's pretty fast, and it makes it so that you can't trade with him, which is good. Hyper armor zone, just like Shigoki. Good for starting up in team fights and deciding to trade with people. The forward bash seems pretty good too. I'm assuming it's going to be 500 MS. It goes into your light, and it allows you to, have some OS pressure. The chain bash, there's 2 variations of it. I think one is the one that guarantees a light attack, and the second one is the one that does a charge one that also pins. So that's going to be pretty cool. Good for ganks. Of course, every new character we're getting has pins of sorts, and that's just the world we live in right now. So I'm assuming it's going to be pretty viable and unreactable. The animation looks top tier. This character, I don't see any reused animations, any reused assets, if you guys do see any, which I probably don't really care because this character is smooth. It looks really smooth from you using it and you getting hit by the character. So that's 2 good things about this character, 2 boons. The second stance, however, I think it's really underwhelming and a little bit lackluster. I think it'll be a good move to use because it does pin, allows your teammate to get a nasty heavy, and you don't have your guard up, which is a little bit interesting because I feel like it doesn't even do that much. So we'll see what kind of mix-up it has at the end of the day. Maybe in duels it'll be pretty useless because I don't think he has a deflect either. They didn't say that, they didn't showcase it, so there's no deflects. He just essentially goes in stealth mode and essentially goes for a pin attack that you can set up with your character. So it's a little bit extra steps with Medjai. It's like extra step Medjai, but it does look pretty cool. The animation is neat. Kind of reminds me of Peacekeeper because his entire stance is just him crouching down and getting ready to attack people. So I like that. He does have a forward light roll catchers, which is good. And unfortunately, Lawbreaker doesn't have any of that. Any of the new characters, they have a lot of good roll catching potential, so this is great. Doesn't even look like a Valkyrie animation, and she's like one of the only character that has a forward light attack that is a spear. Doesn't look the same at all, so that's awesome. All new animations, it seems like. However, I will say he seems a little bit boring to me. I just don't know why, but it seems like his animations, they're great, but I don't feel like there's anything unique to the character besides his stance, but his stance lets him walk faster. And you can maybe backwards walk a little bit faster, but I didn't really notice it that much. But walking on the side, left and right and forward, it seems faster, and it definitely is. But what else is there to his kit besides a clone of Medjai? Now, I really say it's a clone of Medjai because he has 400 MS chain lights and infinite chains, and that's basically what Medjai does all the time in team fights and in the mid lane. And this character doesn't have as much range as him, so he doesn't seem that overpowered in that aspect. I still think he's going to be a strong duelist for sure, because he has unreactable offense. I think he might even be better than Medjai when it comes to 1v1s, but I just don't think he's that interesting. I mean, I like his design, his fashion, his top tier. All of his stuff looks freaking great. His weapons look amazing. He gets 2 different types of weapons. I think that's awesome. That's shagadelic, baby. But I think he's a little bit underwhelming, but of course, that's my opinion. And I'm hoping to see that there's like some crazy new things that they didn't showcase, but I don't think that's going to be true. So people are gonna like him, I'm assuming. He feels like a berserker of sorts with hyper armor and Medjai mixed together. But what do you guys think about him being a pouncing type of character with unblockables, hyper armor, 4 MS chain lights, 3 certain bashes, and I just wish he had like a a parry follow-up that did bleed damage. I think that would have been really neat, and they kind of dropped the ball here, especially with the serrated weapons that he has. But what can you do? You know, let's talk about his tier 1s though. His tier 1, after you die and you don't get executed, you become a ghost and you gain health very slowly if you're not executed. So I think this is pretty strong. It may borderline overpowered because team fights are especially important. So let's just imagine this real quick. You fight a 1v1 and you manage to get him fairly low or maybe just half HP, but you manage to die and your teammate comes in to help you. That dude is half HP. So within a 9-second period, you get around half of your HP back, and now you can assist your teammate in ganking him, which you are a ganking character with your pins and your chain bashes. This allows you to be in the fight, which is incredibly important for Honor for rotations. You want to be in there to help your teammate kill the opponent faster, and you can just go heal after you finish him off without feeling any revenge whatsoever as a decent player. Even as a good player or just a medium tier player who's not amazing at the game, just having another player there is going to be incredibly beneficial for you, even if they have what, maybe 25 HP, 40 HP back there. Now imagine a really good player who knows how to gank and not feed revenge. You're basically dead, okay? You thought you killed him, but you didn't. You should have executed. I don't know why they're trying to punish people for not executing. I mean, executions in itself, it shouldn't be like the most tactical thing ever. It should just kind of be a fun factor. And I get the idea of doing the longest execution so you can waste the other person's time so they can't get back into the fight as easily. But executions aren't the end-all be-all, you know? If they're gonna mess around with this, then they should at least mess around with last laugh, because if you don't execute someone as a tier 4 who has last laugh, you're basically dead. In a lot of situations, you can't even do that. It means you have to land a heavy, otherwise you die, because last lap does a bajillion damage. Right now, I don't think the tier 1 has a cooldown. It is a passive, and a lot of passives have cooldowns when they are used, so it seems like this one may not. So essentially, I think if you die when you respawn with like that little HP and the opponent kills you, you can probably respawn again. So that's a little bit interesting. I think that's going to be borderline OP and more along the lines of very annoying. The games need to be fun, and they need to move away from the annoying mechanics. Annoying mechanics include slowing down, being unable to move like Maze Freeze in Overwatch, and making it so that a fundamental part of the game, you cannot use it, like revenge just being useless in this game. It's really unfun. That's enough about his tier 1 though. His tier 2 and his tier 3 are really great feats. Tier 1 allows you, basically if you die, the opponent who killed you gets a defense debuff, I think for about 15 seconds, and they get revealed on the map. So I think that's real neat. His tier 3, after you kill someone, you do get an attack and speed boost, which is pretty gnarly. As for his tier 4, it's essentially another pin that grabs you, and that is Scorpion's move, if you guys know anything about Mortal Kombat, and I think it looks awesome. This is a really cool animation. You get a free guard break, and I'm assuming you get a heavy as well. So it's basically tier 3 Afira's, where she gets to pin you and land a free heavy afterwards. So good for ganks, good for ledging, it seems, for wall splats and all that good stuff. I don't have any issues with this. All I have is the issue of replacing or moving these feats around. So that rope Scorpion move should be tier 3. The tier 2 and tier 3 should move to tier 1 and tier 2, and the respawn one should move to tier 4 in my opinion, unless they nerf it significantly. I think that's fine. Now JC did say that there was drawbacks to not being able to respawn, having with full HP within a 10-second time period, but I'd like to counter argument that being in the fight in that moment when a teammate is ganking someone, you have the opportunity to gank and finish someone off right away without waiting, what, like maybe 9 seconds or 10 seconds or 14 seconds. I think that's way more beneficial, and people will be running that more often than not, I promise you. And that's pretty much all I have to say about the Aztec hero. I think a lot of people are waiting for this for the longest time, and many Aztec warriors are going to be really happy that they get to play and pretty much be represented in this game. There's a lot of characters that we still need to add, Spartan characters, rapier characters, more samurai, more Vikings for the next one, and I'm pretty stoked for that, hoping to see that there are going to be way more cooler warriors out there in the future for all of us to enjoy, and hoping so that they're going to balance the rest of the roster at the same time, while doing some major nerfs to certain characters. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed, and if I missed anything important, please be sure to let me know. That'll be it for me. You guys have a beautiful time. Bye-bye. See you later. Alright, let's see his fashion. Don't normalize my culture. He's a lizard man. He's a lizard man.
He's a scary.
Oh, he has leopard skin now. We're entering the furry ages. Oh, he's a bird now. He's a scaly. This outfit is interesting. It's interesting. That's his default one though. So like this new one's his rep 8 gear is probably gonna look a lot better.
Are you I think you're a little behind on the video.
I'm a liberal? You know, like, yeah, because I was watching the YouTube one because I wasn't fast enough.
If you're on Twitch, you can just pause and play again and you'll be caught up.
No, that's what I'm saying. I know I'm going back in time. That skull one looks awesome. Oh my gosh, that was freaking fantastic.
Yeah.
The metal looks
My
sick.
question is, how many ways can you reinvent the obsidian sword? Like,
I
it's,
don't
I mean, there's only so many ways you can do this, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, you can only do so much, to be honest. Like you'd have to put like diamond on that, like Call of Duty does. You know, diamond encrusted stuff. Make it look
Put spikes
stupid.
on it. Spikes on it, just like everything else in Piranha.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you know.
Teal and white set looks really good though. Ooh, that's Frostmourne! Oh, think that's Frostmourne! Look
You
at that!
are too far. You're too far. Okay.
No, you're too far. You're too far. Again, the Aztec has a Frostmourne. That was
Shut
good.
up, you old fart. Not even there yet.
No!
Oh, I see it. Oh my god, look at it.
Yeah.
That's
Rule
Frostborn.
the ball graph now.
Now we can be sweaty 40-year-old gamers who don't shower.
You want already?
So that pic you sent me wasn't real?
I mean, the belly hair is kind of a dead giveaway.
Sucker. How hairy are your arms?
Well, let me just say, it's so hardy. An Aztec could walk out of it and still be called the Amazon rainforest.
You are an Amazon, to be honest. Oh my god, are these the next tier weapons? Or are these battle pass weapons?
Next year, I believe.
Oh, wow. That looks super cool. I mean, for him. But... Oh, yeah. That is cool, actually. Holy moly. You can definitely tell they put a lot of work into that. There's a lot of gold. That's what I like. I'm a gold digger.
I honestly noticed
I want to marry a rich mama. You did such a great job, Alex. Seriously, I love you.
No, yeah, this is great. No, shut up!
What was the other girl's name?
Snipper.
She's tattoo girl. She's tattoo dumb. Like her arms are bigger than mine. Yeah, she would totally break my arm. I'd let her break my arm again.